We're gonna be doing something a little bit, just mostly reactory and just mostly like a marathon of, just watching. No playing, no playing, no controllers like this, no arcade sticks. This whole stream and the following streams that will be on said topic will be all about Evo. All about Evo, chat room. Because, you know, Evo is a fun time for fighting game fans like me, like all of you watching. Fighting games are so great. Hold on, where's that Tokido video? Let's just ignore Gutex at the very let's just ignore Gutex at the very right. Let's just ignore Gutex. But does he say the thing, chat room? Does he say fighting games? It's so great. Is this it? Just this it, right?
Fighting game is something so great.
Yeah.
Alright, what's up my guys? It's the Khaiza and doing something a little bit different. This is not a Twitch notification, nothing like that. This is going to be mainly for YouTube, and what I'm going to be doing is a video series which was long overdue. Should have been done in like August when the time was right. But we're going to be taking a look into the EVOs of past year. That's right, the Khaiza is going to be reacting to all of the old and new EVOs from 2004 to 2021. That's right. So because you know, like I love fighting games. Fighting games are like something so great. They're like a much more, you know, different genre than like the things you see, you know, I feel nowadays with like JRPGs and like action games, even though I consider action games to be like an equal category for me in fighting games. But still, they're like one of the more deserving, you know, types of genres, and should be like more people should like get into fighting games apparently. And why not do something to showcase that love for fighting games, and just like a guy who loves fighting games like myself, react to like a place where fighting game fans can just be themselves and just like go to like tournaments. Now granted, this is like at the time that EVO 2021 is like, you know, we skipped over like 2020 because of like, you know, COVID and stuff, but never give up like the fighting spirit, you know, keep the dream like alive sort of thing, you know. Fighting games, as what Tokido would say, is something so great. They're an experience type of genre. They help you learn, they help you connect with other people. It's a very wonderful genre, like I said, compared to like some of the other genres in video games that you normally see nowadays. So with that said, please go give this a watch. If you're like a fan of fighting games, please go give this a watch. Some of the material that I like say may be like lowered down, or like my voice may be lowered down because of like the clips that I use from the live streams of EVO lookbacks, but hopefully it's alright. But leave a comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the icon below, that way you'll get notified on when I upload a video onto my main YouTube channel, Khaiza. And I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy the video. Peace.
Lore chat room. We're gonna be reacting to the Evo moments of past lore, chat room. Why? Because Evo is a few days within our corner, because now with like Evo of 2021, it's still COVID era, it's still COVID period. So the Evo like community organizers made two separate Evo weekends. So it's gonna be August 6th to August 8th this week for preliminaries or pools matches. Welcome to the new era of Evo 2020's cheese and rice. I get it. I get it. Oh god. But Evo 2021 is going to be organized to 2 weekends, August 6th to August 8th. Yeah, because we didn't have it in 2020. That's what I was. So now we are. Exactly. Thank you, Zin. Thank you, it's amazing. Because last year Evo was cut off because, you know, COVID pandemic was like obstructing everything by the storm. You know, everything was closed, E3 was canceled, Evo was canceled, movies were shut down. Everything was under super lockdown because we didn't know how to deal with COVID-19. We didn't have any vaccines back in the day, but now we do. And so because of Evo like shenanigans with like community organizers by the name of Yoey Wheeler, that was a real scumbag within the EVO community management system, that they had to take his ass out and replace him with someone new. So EVO was in a very tight pickle of a situation. So now they're like coming back, but in a very weird way. Only with 5 games right now, with Skullgirls, Mortal Kombat. The way you say it, it sounds like Joey Wheeler. Because I don't want to nameplate people. Actually, I'll say Joey Keeler. He was the community organizer for EVO for the longest of time, until 2020, when all of his like sexual allegations came about of surface. So his ass was like sent to fucking jail because of all of his shit that he was doing. And they had to replace him with someone else. I don't know who is the head tournament organizer for EVO, but I'm pretty sure it's someone better than Joey Keeler working. So we are going to be checking out the top EVO moments of EVO 2021 right now. This will be like the first like EVO, like the very like defining tournament setting. This is like age like fine wine type of shit. So this is official EVO Moment 37. This is Daigo versus Justin Wong. Well, actually, this is 2004? Wow, this is 2004. Holy shit. 2004. This is the time when Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 were still at their prime time high. And with Street Fighter, I think they were having SF Third Strike at the time. SF Third Strike. Time to get down, knock it down, it's over. This is not really grand finals moment, but it is like a defining feature of what makes, you know, fighting game tournaments so hype and so goddamn, you know, frustrating, but also so hype as well. And so we're gonna be taking a look at EVO Moment 37. What was it? Oh yeah, 37, they chose the number because it's like a number that's most memorable. Like, you think of like numbers that like stuck in your head, like 7 or like 69. 69 is a memorable number because, you know, memes and like all the you know, like all that flappy ass now sounds. And the beast is unleashed. So as a frame of background, as a frame of reference, as like some background information behind this, is that this was a tournament when EVO was still like at its like heyday, as still as like its early phases, its early childhood phases, and Street Fighter was still happening. And you know, this is a match between two very well-known fighting game competitors that still their names stand out to this day. Daigo, who is playing Ken, and Justin Wong, who is playing Chun-Li. Both of them are geniuses in the fighting game field. More so on Justin Wong because he plays every single type of like fighting game whatsoever, almost close to like Sonic Fox. And I think is like what Frank told me. If you're here, Frank, you could confirm with me on this, that Justin Wong was so hyped for this Third Strike tournament that he like sneaked out of his parents' house, got onto a flight for Las Vegas, and did the tournament there without their parents knowing, right? Yeah, right? Exactly. There you go. Besides that, top tier competitive characters in, you know, competitive Third Strike was Chun-Li, because she had very good mix and very good Oki. A lot of other characters also, well, not a lot of characters, but a very few characters were OP in Third Strike too. There was Yoon, the brother to Yang. There was Urien. There's Makoto. Who else was top tier in Third Strike? Shaking the camera. It's always that very stark contrast between like what was it? Playing a character to win and playing a character for fun. Like, if you want to win, this is like EVO. You can't just like listen to the hype crowd and just like, oh hey, I'm gonna pick this character for you, you know, haha. It doesn't work that way. You want to play so that you can get that Evo pop bonus. This is a tournament. You've been training, you've been labbing for this tournament for so long, and that you want to prove your skills and get that #1 trophy. And what Daigo does in this situation is really unheard of, because he did a parry, right? And parries in Third Strike is inputting forward, like inputting this in the direction of your opponent's attack. That's called a parry. And if you want to do down, and if you want to do, that's for highs and mids. If you want to do lows, it's down. It's literally down. So what Daigo did was literally doing the impossible, was parrying Chun-Li's 100 legs super, which is impossible. You can't read all of those frames, but then somehow Daigo did it. Going off of the Hadouken, spacing each other out. Daigo did the stanky leg parry. Oh my god, yes he did. And this is where it started it all. Daigo reactively knew that the super was coming after the footsie game. And he did parry central. And the crowd went nuts. The crowd went fucking wild. The crowd went fucking wild. How the hell did this man... How the hell did this man... You had to be there. Yes, thank you, Evo commenters. How the hell... Into plays when the parry starts. Elfin lied. Good screen for it. This was actually the full match. 8. And the Leffen field. Oh, not the Leffen. El's wedding in this match. There you go. That's a man who literally sweated because it was Chun fucking Li. That was Evo Moment of 2004, and it became like a tournament highlight staple. Most the earliest of Evo's chat room, because they're so scattered and no one has, like, you know, official footage of Evo's like before 2011, and 2011 was like the resurgency period of fighting games. Even though we had games like Guilty Gear Accent Core and King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match, it was still like dark ages of fighting games, because we didn't have like a tournament scene or an official tournament scene of these types of games, you know, coming back, like the Capcom resurgence of Street Fighter, of Marvel 3, Tekken Cross Street Fighter. We were men back then with MK Deception. we were men back then with MK Deception. Jesus, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Frankletons. You're not wrong. Because I think Justin Wong versus yeah, he was a one-man Cyclops. Like, he won it all against the top-tier team, which was MSP, Magneto, Storm, Psylocke. And the X-Men in MVC and the X-Men in MVC2 were super godlike, minus a few characters like Marrow, Wolverine, Sabretooth, shit like that. The only X-Men characters that made Marvel 2 like busted, and also a few Capcom characters as well. Magneto, Storm, Psylocke, Sentinel. I forgot who else. I forgot who else was busted in MVC2. well, in Marvel's side, but for Capcom's side, I think it was just Captain Commando, because Captain Commando had like a very little startup frame, you know, Captain Corridor, Captain Corridor, and that shit was a hell of meta assist when you're playing MVC2 back then. And so in this tournament, Justin versus, I want to say Yipes. It was Yipes. There you go. It was Cyclops versus, it was Justin Wong versus Yipes at EVO 2007. And he won it all with just Cyclops as just Cyclops. And Cyclops was also, oh yeah, Cyclops was also good. Cyclops is super fucking good in MVC2. He can literally just like behold, optic blast, shit like that, man, and it was fucking crazy. He won it all with just Cyclops against a very top tier team that just won every single match they could. Behold, optic blast. Justin was like nicknamed the comeback character ever since then. Took down Magneto. Storm is at very little life, about like 10%. Cyclops. I just want to show you something, chat. So, what Justin is doing is that he's not just like, you know, running away from the opponent, running away from Storm. He could just, of course, that's what he's doing, but he's also building meter. He's also building meter in this match, because what he's doing is actually hyper jump heavy kick, and that's like the fucking, you know, cartwheel kick that he was the cartwheel kick that he was doing. And so with each heavy kick, it builds up a little bit of meter for him. So once he got one bar, it was game over. Once he gets one bar and actually hits you, it's game over. And he had like a double jump too. Side blast. Gene splice. And he had a good uppercut too. Let's go, Justin. Let's go.
It's like SC mode right now. 1-on-1. Come on here.
The other optic blast, not the big one. Uh-oh. Cyclops at low life. Getting away from Psylocke. Getting meter with those kicks. He's got the Cyclone kick. And Justin Wong won that against Psylocke.
In 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and 2006. While there were plenty of challengers for his title, only one person had
There's my
ever
boy
beaten
Yipes.
him at EVO, Yipes.
Oh, there it is. You got him.
Now, Yipes was a master of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but he's also known for his legendary commentary, which inspired compilation videos and created memes that you still see to this day.
Make it rain.
However, Yipes isn't just a legend on the mic, he's a legend in-game too.
This is like some background knowledge. I did not know about this. I want to watch this.
He placed second at MVC2 at EVO 2005 and fifth at EVO 2006. He was one of the few players who could consistently prove a challenge to young Justin Wong, even eliminating him at EVO 2005. At EVO 2007, both players tore through their sides of the winner's bracket to meet up in winners finals. Yipes took game one by snapping in Justin's Cyclops early, letting him take full control of the air.
And IFC takes the first game.
IFC Yipes.
But Yipes wouldn't snap in Cyclops in game two. He didn't even get the chance. He immediately caught Justin Storm in a combo and finished her off seconds later. Sentinel fell even faster, eating a 132-hit combo on its way into the match.
Oh my god.
Cyclops came in all alone, but he would come in swinging.
We
But he would come swinging.
Let's go! Let's go!
Justin kept fighting.
It's straight ST mode right now.
Justin
One-on-one.
literally
Find
kept
it.
fighting.
Yipes
Just
was
with
down to
Cy-
Psylocke,
just
but
with
he didn't back
Cyclops.
off. He could have killed Justin, but he didn't cancel into super and dropped his combo.
Side block.
Justin caught
Side
Yipes
blast,
blocking
side
low,
blast.
and the rest is history.
The no pick, and there you go.
Justin Wong! Oh my god!
Now, one character comebacks don't happen very often in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
exactly.
The game's tier list gravitates towards momentum-based teams that use assists to lock down opposing teams and win without losing more than one
Yep.
character, ending up with nothing but your anchor assist against a
Want to know where you find this shit, chat room nowadays? If you want to make like a good correlation with where you find how he said it, right? A one character comeback against a full team is almost impossible. Nowadays, it can happen if you have like X Factor, which is something in MVC3, or something like Dragon Ball Fighters, which they have their own X Factor, sparking. But a lot of the shit that happens in versus games is that they lock you down with assists and they give you no option to breathe. That's why I say in like versus games, like, or in any like game where they have a lot of momentum on you, is that they don't allow you to breathe. You get stuck in the corner at all times. And what happens is that if you let go of
Now,
pressure,
one character
if you let go
comebacks don't
just,
happen
like,
very
a wee
often
little
in
bit
Marvel
of
vs.
pressure,
Capcom 2. The game's tier list
Some chances
gravitates
like this
towards
happen.
momentum-based
A
teams that
one-character
use assists to
comeback.
lock down opposing teams and win without losing more than one character. Ending up with nothing but your anchor assist against a full team is usually a death sentence.
Yep. Usually a death sentence. That's what the guy said exactly.
Yipes' speedy, aggressive playstyle left Justin with just Cyclops seconds into the match, a situation he did not want to be in.
And that's another thing. That's another thing with versus games is that everybody is super aggro against your ass. Everybody is super aggro because you could legit do shit that's not something you could do in a regular footsie based game or in an anime game. Well, almost close to an anime game. Because of footsie exploitability, you can do high-lows, you can jump into the air, you can go for a grab, you can go for one touch of death combos. It is fucking insane that if you can luckily get away from that insane ass pressure, then you are a legit god. Or unless the opponent who is doing the oppressive offensive mix-up pressure lets it go, and just, you know, let goes of the mat, loses energy, loses momentum. And so that's what like versus games are. That's what versus games are. It's just legit lockdown. You cannot escape. You cannot escape. Until this shit
like
happens.
Psylocke, had a powerful anti-air assist, but wasn't quite as strong when fighting on his own. Now, for Justin to pull off a one-character comeback with Cyclops, a character who never found himself in the top tier, is nothing short of legendary. It looked impossible, but he did it.
Justin Wong! Oh my god!
Despite the
Oh my
incredible comeback,
God.
perhaps the most impressive in Marvel vs. Capcom history, Justin couldn't quite put together a win in the next game. Yipes took winners finals 2-1 and went on to beat Justin in the grand finals.
And Yipes takes it! And Yipes takes it!
Yipes takes it!
And Yipes takes it!
Good match, fellas. I can't be
Great
mad
match,
at that.
great match.
But the tragedy of Yipes' victory is that people don't necessarily remember his EVO win. Yipes' first and only EVO title isn't lost to history, but when people think back on EVO 2007, they think of Justin's incredible, impossible comeback.
Yep, that's what makes it memorable.
Oh!
Not to like
Justin Wong!
shame on
Oh
Yipes.
my god!
he is a good
Justin
player. He
showed
is a
that
good prominent
even when
FGC
things get
player.
bleak, even when
but
things
it's
are
like,
at their
God
worst,
damn, man.
there's always hope. No matter how small, there's always a chance to claw your way to victory. You never give in. You never give up.
Yipes should definitely deserve a lot
for
more
watching.
than what
If you want more great
he's like known
content,
for,
be
you know.
sure to hit that
But there's always a certain miracle that happens when it comes to like those types of situations. And so now we're gonna be looking at Evo 2011, right?